I've been a busy bee today. Has all gone on this side. Okay, so here is this wall. Obviously you can see some stroke marks and stuff, that's fine. I have a totally flat tire. I don't know if something scared her or if she's not feeling well, I don't know. Yeah, the paint started peeling, so I don't know if this is like plaster. Come on, golden girls, will we show them what we're doing today? Let's go. Well, we don't know what we're doing. Excuse the mess in here. I feel like the kitchen is pretty clean, and then you come into the bedroom and like that's pretty clean because this is where we're going to be painting today. Here's a little look at what we did yesterday. Obviously it doesn't look great. If anyone, and this is what I love YouTube for particularly, if anyone has any ideas, so this was an old chimney right here, and this stuff here is like the stains from the soot, I suppose. I'm not sure. The builder told me it wasn't damp, it's like chimney stains basically. Does anyone know of a product or anything that you can paint on this and then paint over it in white? Because I did put a coat of white on it and it doesn't seem to have helped. Now maybe I just need to put a couple more coats on it, but anyway, if anyone knows of anything, let me know. Now back to the main wall. So obviously ignore the patch in the middle. It is quite patchy. The paint didn't hold great in this room, which is kind of surprising. But let me see, if I turn the light on, I might be able to show you something I noticed last night. Oh, of course it's gone now. So last night there was like a line along the wall. You can maybe kind of see it. Let me see. I wonder if I put the flash on. Hang on. Okay, the flash is on. I'm gonna see if I can try and find... So I don't know if you can really see it, but there's this like line that goes all along the wall. It's over here as well, but you can't really see it anymore either. But there's basically a line that goes along the wall. And last night it looked like there was like, not water dripping out of it necessarily, but it was just this straight line that went all along the wall, all along here, and then came all along here, and you can kind of see a little bit of it there. And it just looked damp, and it was just this one line. So that obviously isn't ideal. But yeah, the paint hasn't held as good in here as I had hoped. However, it is still only the first coat. So we're going to clear this room now, get the rest of this wall painted, and we're going to get the rest of this wall painted, and then we'll get this little entranceway painted. And then once that's dry, or I guess while that's drying, me and the girlies are going to go outside and we're going to do some outdoor work. And yeah, but this is kind of what we have at the moment. So we have to clear the room. Isn't that right? Give me a tail wag if you want to help. Yes, thank you. You're so good. Now, just like that, we are back in our painting clothes, covered in paint, of course, to start the painting in the bedroom. Slight change of plan. I'm going to do the walls beside the bed first in their second coat, and then I'll go around and do first coats. It was just easier to move everything that way. So I will check back in with you in a few minutes. So I just thought it would be worth pointing out that, oh, you ready? Go. So this Dulux Total Cover Matte White that I've been using around the house, Woody's, that's our kind of big DIY store here, had two of these. I think they're 10-litre buckets for sale. I think it was like, I don't know, 40 or 50 euro. And this is the second bucket. I just finished the first bucket yesterday, which means that one bucket did one coat on most of this room. It did 3 kind of 4-ish coats in the kitchen and also the hallway. So very, very decent buckets. I will be buying more of you. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. We have stopped painting. We never really started. We're out for a walk. Morgan started to act a bit funny. I'm very, like most pet parents, very in tune to their dog, and she was playing ball and then she just came and laid down beside me and has been acting very strange. Her gums went a little bit pale. Now I think it's because I don't know. I don't know if something scared her or if she's not feeling well. I don't know. So we're out for a walk. I have some chicken. Do you want some chicken? But I don't know what's wrong with her and I'm very nervous. So we're out for a walk and she seems to have a little bit of pep in her step, but I'm a nervous pet mom, aren't I? So she seems to be acting okay. Full of curiosity. She is eating her chicken. I'm just very nervous. I am panicked. She's after eating, I don't know, like if they had poison down or I don't know. I'm just very panicky. So hopefully she just was feeling a little bit off, or maybe she just hurt herself, like very mildly. Are you coming back to Mom, Johnson chicken? Miss Morrigan is all wrapped up and she seems to be okay. So I don't know if maybe something gave her a fright or I don't know, but she seems to be okay. So we're going to keep a close eye on her, but she's all cuddled up, which is nice. But a little update on the painting. So this is 2 coats on this wall now, and I'm going to move on to this one in just a second and get the second coat, but I have to do all up along there just to kind of get the little bits that the rollers missed. So I'm going to do that. She's having a little nap. Bonnie's off exploring. But yeah, hopefully Missy Moo starts to feel more herself. She seems to be okay. I panic. Miss Murray is still all cuddled up. And this is where we've gotten with the walls. So not perfect, but definitely better than before. So it's a bit wild outside at the moment. So we're hanging out in here. Miss Morgan's under her blankie. Miss Bunny's hanging out. I'm actually going to get the radiator plugged in. It's not freezing, but it could be a bit warmer. But I think we're going to have some lunch now. It's just coming up to 1 o'clock. So we have our St. Patrick's Day breakfast on. I have some vegetarian sausages in the air fryer. My eggs are frying up here. Miss Morgan is having a little nap, aren't you? Are you having a nap, honey? Mummy's still worried about you. She seems to be fine. I'm overreacting, but that's me. And Vanya is right over there looking out the window. So here is how the room is looking. 2 coats of paint done. But what I thought I'd show you is what I was talking about earlier, these kind of drip stains on the wall. Do you see them just along there? So there's just this line and it's like a straight line and it goes around this side here. They're over here as well. And it's just this line that goes straight around the room. And it's just one big drip stain. And it's not wet. When I touch it, it's not wet. Actually, now that I look at it, I think it's just old paint. Anyway, that's annoying. Weird. But we're going to throw a third coat of paint on and see how we go. Okay, so this wall here, Bunny, get away. Come on, away. She's already got a little bit of paint on her. Come on, you go this way or get out. One or the other. Anyway, this wall here now has 3 coats. It's looking really good. I'm gonna do this side now. Oh, big yawn from the Peppa. Big yawn from the Peppa. She seems to be fine. So I think maybe I was just worrying about her too much. So when I was gonna go do the 3rd coat, so 3rd coat done, 2 coats done, yeah, the paint started peeling. So I think, I don't know if this is like plaster. It feels like plaster. It is dry and it's solid. It doesn't feel like soft or damp, but I don't know why the paint wouldn't have come off. in the first coat, or the second coat. But anyway, I've peeled it back as much as it will go. And I'll just repaint this little part now. It's gonna look crap. Hello. It's been all day since I've checked in. Morgan's here. She's not happy with me right now because I was out for the evening. My neighbours very kindly offered for me to go to dinner with them. So I went over. Honest to God, couldn't have better neighbours. There is no ifs or buts about it. They are amazing people. And the realtor told me that the neighbours were great when I was buying the house. He was like, oh, the neighbours are like, you couldn't get better neighbours. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good. Honestly, they are the best neighbours. They were giving me lots of advice for the house. They gave me contact numbers of good contractors to contact for getting work done. And they fed me, which was amazing. It was really nice to have a proper dinner and not like chicken nuggets. Morgan's not happy. She's like, Mom, where were you? Did you miss me? I was out. Did I miss your dinner? Mean mummy. Anyway, home now. It's just coming up on 9:30, so I'm going to make her a little bit of something to eat, and then probably time to go to bed, to be honest, settle down for the evening. What I will show you very quickly is where I left the bedroom, because you think you get something done and then problems arise. So come take a look at the bedroom with me. This is how we left the bedroom. This wall here has had 3 coats. Perfect, it's done, brilliant, whatever. This wall has had 2 coats, except when I was doing the 3rd coat, all the paint from this corner here all down along to down here came away. You can see it down here. It didn't come off for the first 2 coats, but for the 3rd coat it just was coming straight off, and it was going straight down to the plaster, and I don't know why. You can see that there's like, it's kind of hard to see it in the video, but there is this line that goes across the wall, and I don't know if that's where the new plasterboard, like if it's plasterboard wall, if that's where the wall kind of the pieces start. But it basically was, paint was coming off right up to this wall essentially. So I've just painted a coat. I got rid of all the paint that was peeling, put a painted coat on, and then tomorrow I'll have to put a 2nd coat of paint on and then do a 3rd coat for all of it. But yeah, so I didn't get any more done because this happened. But I was talking earlier about how there's a line, and you can see it. It goes straight across the wall, and this side too. And it still has, like, this has been painted 3 times. And I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it has these kind of watermarks. Now, I don't know, I didn't take note if that's paint marks from the old paint or if it, like, it's not wet, so I don't know. But anyway, here we are. Problems that need solving. I really thought I was gonna get this room finished today, but I didn't even get to start here. This all has 1 coat, and then obviously I didn't do any of this. So that's annoying. It is annoying to not get to it because this wall over here took me by surprise. So yeah, benefits of old houses, I guess. I also polyfilled in here, and it's still wet. It's just not drying. And I did that over 24 hours ago. So I think that's just not going to dry because the house is damp, this wall. I mean, it doesn't feel damp, but it's obviously damp. The part that I polyfilled over behind here is dry. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is, first thing when we get up in the morning, I'm going to move everything out. I'm going to paint this corner here again, and then paint this area here. Then, once that little corner is dry, I'm going to do a 3rd coat here, 1 coat here, and then try get a 2nd coat all along here. we'll see. We'll see what we get to. Obviously tomorrow is a holiday, so we'll be down at the house again. We don't live here, we live in Dublin, so we're up and down, up and down. So yeah, it's pretty late now, so it's time to get going. But yeah, this wall looks great. Not great. Not great. Not great. Definitely not great. Not great. So anyway, that is where we're leaving that. There's also lots of work to do in the garden tomorrow. So we just have lots to do. It's going to be a really busy day tomorrow. So we're going to get packed up. It's about 9:30. We're going to get packed up and ready for bed, aren't we? Yeah. Say happy St. Patrick's Day. You're beautiful. Hey. Oh, are you getting into bed? Good girl. A little update on the room. 2 coats, 2 coats, no coats, 1 coat, no coat, 1 coat. So we've just painted along here. There's definitely a damp problem in this room. This, like, over here was peeling. Then I tried to put 3rd coats over here, and then this started peeling. So that is going to have to be looked at, but not today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean these walls here and get ready to paint this, and then we'll do over there. I don't think we're going to get this enclave in today because that is still wet. So I have the dehumidifier going. The humidity is 73 in here, so that's very high. So it's just very wet. But yeah, I'm gonna start getting more coats along here, and we've lots to do outside today. So I'm trying to rush through this so I can get outside and do all the stuff we need to do out there. Isn't that right? Okay, so 2 coats, 1 coat, 3 coats and looking pretty good, 3 coats looking pretty good, and then this needs to be done next, and obviously over here. Now, we're going to go out the back for a little bit because we have lots of gardening to do, and you will see that. Probably you would have seen it in the previous video, so we're going to skip on to that. Okay, another little update. This wall's pretty much done. There's a little bit here that just isn't taking, so I'm gonna paint that later. Obviously, this wall is done, this wall is done. I have started the first coat here. I'm gonna do the first coat along to about here, and then I'm gonna move the bed and everything over, move this out of the way, and then do there. So, finished, a little bit of topping up, finished. 1 coat, obviously there's gonna get a coat. This is gonna have 2 coats by the time I move it over. So I'm gonna go to about there, stop, move everything to this side of the room because this side will be dry and it's finished. And then I'm gonna finish the first coat here. Then hopefully before we leave, I don't know if we'll have time because it's getting late, we will get a 3rd coat here and maybe a 2nd coat here. But I'm absolutely filthy because I was out in the garden, but it's just miserable outside, so I don't know if we'll be getting back out. We'll see. So just before I move the bed back over, I just thought I'd show you what it looks like. It actually looks really good with the skirting board. I took the duct tape off, so I don't know, it looks nice. But I'm gonna move the bed over now and we're gonna finish the rest of the room. All right, we are on to the last part of the wall that hasn't got any paint on it. We're gonna finish 2nd coat of paint here. You can see that this in the middle is starting to kind of blend. Not great, but hopefully with 1 more coat it'll be blended, and then we just need to do this part here and we're done for the first coats anyway. But over here is done and it looks, well, I think it looks really nice. Let me get the camera to focus, hang on. It would help if the camera focused. There. Looks smart. Okay, update. This is where we're at. I painted in the doorway as well, which I didn't think I was going to do, but I did. This has kind of had 1.5 coats. This has had 2 and is drying. And then we're finished over here except for that little spot there that just needs a little cleaning up. I have done obviously here and here in 1 coat. I can't do this one because I have my poly filler trying to dry there. It's nearly done. And then I did a landlord special. This is the dry lining that's coming through, like the plaster's gone. So I just painted over it because we're not dealing with that today. There's no point plastering anything until all the electrics and the plumbing and everything are done. So that'll have to wait. But this is where we're at the moment. This side looks lovely. If you look at here, oh, beautiful, stunning. But then, ugly. Anyway, it's still bloody miserable outside. But I think we're gonna have to go out because this little one wants to go out and there isn't really anything for us to do in here until this dries a bit. So that's what we're gonna do. Final update. I am covered in dirt and paint. I'm absolutely wrecked. It has been a busy, busy, busy long weekend. But let me show you the final update on the bedroom. Well, for this week's video, we will have to do another coat on 1 or 2 areas, but let me show you. This has 2 coats, 3. Now, I'm hoping that when it dries that this little square will blend in, but if not, we'll just go back at it. This has had 3 coats, so this is all done. Obviously, not the window. This has had 3 coats. This area here just doesn't want to hold paint for me. I don't know why. It'll be a next week's problem. But this area is all done. So yeah, much brighter. I'll put in a little video or a picture or something of what the room looked like before. But here is how we're leaving it for today. I am exhausted. Are you exhausted? Are you ready to go home in the car? Yeah, you want to go home? She's ready. I'm ready. We're going. Let's go. So it's about, oh, hi honey. It's about 4:30. It's nearly 5. We left the house probably 2 hours ago now, and we were no more than probably 30 kilometers away from the house when my tire pressure sensor came on and I pulled over. We're on the side of the road and tell them Morgan. I have a totally flat tire. It wasn't flat when we left the house. Everything was fine. It was driving fine, and then I got the sensor light, and now I've been here 2 hours trying to find someone on a bank holiday weekend who'll come out. So I have someone coming, and yeah, hopefully they can help me.